we're going to do an audio check.
Okay.
So, and you and I are having this conversation.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to say and spell your name.
Okay.
And where you're from.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So where I live now, or where I'm originally from?
Originally. Yeah.
Okay. My name is Mary Clark, Maryclark, and I'm Wailaki Pomo, and I'm from the Round Valley Reservation. I reside at Coyote Valley, Redwood Valley, California.
When historians, anthropologists, archaeologists, when they start writing about Pomo, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
The basketry.
Why was it different? And how was it different?
It's different because the Pomo's baskets are so tight that they can hold water. And then the designs are similar to the other designs, but we have gift baskets that are beaded in feather baskets from the different birds, like the mallard, the woodpecker, different ducks, pheasants, whereas the other people don't use the feathers on their baskets, and the Pomo people do.
There was, while some California tribes, it was very functional, not very decorative in some ways. How do you think that that evolved into different shapes, sizes, purpose, and decoration?
Some of the baskets are work baskets, utility baskets. They all have a purpose. None of the baskets were, they all had their own purpose for different things, like our baby baskets to carry our babies. And on the backs of the baskets, when the people were working, they would put, they had a rope that they put on there, and they'd hang the babies in the tree while they actually were able to work, or they wore them across their foreheads so they could still actually work on their other baskets or do their job or whatever they're supposed to do. So, like I said, everything has all their baskets had a purpose, you know, whether it be for gathering basket, to catch the quail, the bird in. We had fish baskets to catch our food in, you know, for the fish. And then the gift baskets is what we would give to other, when they were getting married, they would give them to the family as like a dowry, or they would give them to a chief. So that's what the feather baskets and the beaded baskets were. That's what they would do with them.
Because of the uniqueness and the amount of craftsmanship that goes into making one of these baskets, the value of the baskets, even at that time, that was, like you were saying, it's a dowry, but it was, how significant of a value was it?
To me, they're priceless, regardless of what they were used for, because not everybody does them. And our people, they didn't just, you know, they didn't throw them around or anything. They were, you know, they were actually used as a tool for something, you know, or like I said, the gift basket was given to the family, and it was an honor to receive it. So to me, they're priceless. You know, I don't care if they're made today or before. I mean, you can't really put a dollar figure on them, because the old ones they can't ever be replaced. I don't care how good you are. You know, you can't ever replace the past.
How are you keeping this alive? How did you learn?
I've always had a desire to go out and do baskets from like the 70s. I was told one time by my boys' dad that I'm going to be the basket maker, and I'm going to do the beads, and I'm going to dance and this and that, and I just kind of, you know, blew it off. And then about 7 years ago, I had the opportunity. I tried to get into a class with the Elsie Allen, but they charged too much, so I had to bypass that because I was going to college as a student. So I took like the anthropology, and I took the Indian studies and that. So I had the opportunity to go to RVR, and Bonnie Elliott was my teacher for the baby basket. And I learned that the Pomo baby baskets, there's a couple of different styles of Pomo baskets. And I've got two different styles here today. One is the Lake County style, and one is Mendocino style, which goes from Sonoma County clear on up to, you know, up by Laytonville. So she was one of my teachers. That was baby baskets. And then I had Julia Parker as a teacher for the coil, for the twining, and my coil teacher was Bertha Mitchell. And as the years gone by, I just kind of started teaching. I run my own class now. I teach out at Coyote Valley. I've taught for Scotts Valley, and I've taught for Robinson. So I try to keep it alive by showing how to weave with the natural material, and with the kids we use a fake material because it is so hard to gather. But that's how I try to keep it alive, and the desire to want to do it, and just the outcome of what the project is when you finish it. Each year, going to SEBA, we have to produce a product throughout that year and bring it to SEBA and show what we made during that year. So we get to bring in 3 different, projects, 3 different baskets, and they all have to be done with real material. So that way, we don't use any fake material in the baskets.
And the baskets, the materials obviously were depending on the resources that were available. You see, regionally in Pomo, that the materials changed. Can you tell me about some of the differences in the regions in the baskets?
We use the baby baskets are done with willow. It used to be done with dogwood, but now we use willow. And we use gray willow for the coloring, and then the other willow we strip and make it white. Whereas before they just used dogwood and oak. The rings are done with the oak because they're sturdier. The rope used to be done with the dog bane and with milkweed. They would rub it together and make a rope, a fiber out of it, kind of like a hemp, but it's stronger. And that's what they would use to actually weave. Today we have to use cotton thread. So as before, we would make our own strings. Sometimes it would take a long time, and now we use the cotton thread to replace the dog bane and the milkweed. And then the other ones we use is if we can't get the sedge root, because that's what we use to weave with. We gather the sedge root under the ground and we split it. And if we can't find that, then we have to go and use what we call this is cane and raffia. So those are the difference. And a lot of people can't tell the difference from the real stuff and then the non-real stuff unless you know yourself. There's I see in an antique shop here in town, $350 for a basket. The man tried to tell me it belonged to Elsie Allen, and I said no. I said, no, that's not even real material. I said, I knew her, and she only used real material. And so I went back there a while back, and the basket's gone, so I think he took it off. But yeah, can't tell the difference.
What I'm thinking is maybe when you do the pan to the baskets, do you want her to interact with the basket at all? Or do you want her to point to the basket?
We got it.
The close-up?
We got it right here.
We got it.
No, I'm saying if she pulls them in. Are we done talking about them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'd like to interact with them and just hold them, and so you can do your pushes, and because she described baby baskets.
The gathering baskets, the coil.